Today, we're going to learn how to use Photopea, which is really awesome. It's really similar to Photoshop. And trust me, I worked a ton in Photoshop, so this has a really similar layout and a lot of the same tools. You'll get a lot of really great digital drawing experience. Using Photopea, we're going to learn how to create a duotone effect on a selfie.
Let me take a selfie.
Let's get into it. When you take your selfie, make sure you're in an area that's well lit, with no distracting background. Here's an example of what not to do. The lighting isn't very good, it's too dark in some areas and way too bright in others, and I have a really cluttered background. Have fun with it. Use props like sunglasses, hats, whatever you have around. Have goofy facial expressions. Put some personality into it and make it fun. Once you've gotten the shot, it's time to upload that photo onto your computer. If you don't feel comfortable using a selfie for this project, feel free to download a photo of your favorite band, singer, or music artist to use instead. Now it's time to open Photopea.com. The first thing you need to do is click Open from Computer, locate your image and double-click, or select your image then press Open. Or you can simply drag and drop your image straight onto the screen like this to open it. Right off the bat, this is really intimidating because of all these different tools. But don't worry, this project is super simple and easy to do. First, I want you to notice the Layers panel in the bottom right. As soon as we open our image, it becomes the first layer, and its default name is the background layer. If you decide to draw digitally or work in graphic design, you'll end up working with many different layers at once, but for our project we only need the one layer. If I click the eyeball next to it, I can show and hide the layer. To create our effect, we're going to find the Adjustments button at the bottom of the Layers panel, then click Gradient Map. We've just added a new layer. Our image is turned to black and white, and there's this gradient that pops up in the Properties panel. Double-click that gradient, and it opens the Gradient Editor. This is where we will make our duotone effect. You'll notice that there are 4 little cubes at each corner of this gradient. Only focus on the bottom 2 cubes. If you slide these, you can change the different values in your photo. You can darken it or lighten it if you want to. Just don't get too crazy with it. You still want to have those midtones. I also want to note here, if you ever accidentally click something or make a mistake, just hit Ctrl-Z to undo, or click Edit Step Backward, and that'll undo whatever mistake you made. Okay, I want you to click the bottom left cube to select it, then click the color black at the bottom to edit, and from here you have the color picker. Now's where the fun part happens. You're going to take the hex code from Adobe Color Wheel. You can go to that website again, or use the code off your screenshot from Lesson 1. So when you use this hex code right here, you'll get this exact color. You're going to copy or type that code right in this box where it says hex. Now click OK. And this color is applied to your gradient map. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other cube. Click that cube, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to Adobe Color Wheel. I'm choosing a contrasting color off of my color palette to use as my second color. Copy the hex code, then paste it right here or type it in. Then click OK, and voila! If after you do this your photo looks a little scary and ghost-like, like mine, that means that your darkest value color has been put in as your highlights. So all you have to do is hit this checkbox right here that says reverse, and it'll reverse those 2 tones so that the values are in the right place. If you want, you can play around with the colors straight through the color picker without using the hex codes, and just have fun with it. Just make sure you're using 2 contrasting colors. Complementary colors work great for duotones. Since they're opposite each other on the color wheel, they're about as contrasting as you can get. Once you're finished, click File, Export As, and then select the JPG file type. Change the quality slider to 100% instead of 70, then click Save. And you're finished! Hope this was a fun project. It'll really help you get more comfortable using digital programs similar to Photoshop, and gets you practice using color theory and understanding your values better.